Jetzt fühle ich mich komisch und du dabei sitzt, das ist ganz weird. Hello, my name is Mardi and welcome back to my channel. I'm currently in London. I'm here with a friend. We are doing some holiday stuff, I think. We're trying to relax, but right now I don't even know where we are, to be quite honest. I know that we were at the Tower Bridge. Somewhere in like that direction there should be the Thames and the Tower Bridge. I just want to do a quick introduction and also show you what I'm reading. I'm reading, what's it called? The Crimson Petal and the White. I'm trying to also hold the microphone at the other end of it right now, so I hope you can hear me. By Michel Faber. So far I'm like 20 pages into, like nothing to tell you about the plot, but I do really enjoy the writing style. It's a little bit like it's not direct, but it's a little bit more crude, I would say. It's not one of those nice everything's fine kind of writing styles. And I'm hoping that will continue, because as far as I'm aware, we're kind of following some kind of prostitute during Victorian London, and that's all I know. But it's in London, so it seemed fitting. Anyways, the plan for today, I think, is just at some point checking into the hotel, and then we are going to see Wicked. And that's all I know, honestly, about the day today. Okay, so we managed to get into the Victoria District, or whatever it's called. To be honest, not quite sure. We are planning watching Wicked, but we have like an hour or maybe an hour and a half to go, and we did just get something to eat. So now we are on our way to the Waterstones, which is like a few houses away now. And then afterwards we're gonna get some donuts, but first book shopping, because priorities. Okay, so I've actively decided against buying something today, mostly because, you know, I'm here for a few more days and I do not have the money to spend it now. I would like to go into some other bookstores first, but I have noticed that there are a lot of books that we just don't get in Germany, especially the Penguin Random House and especially the Penguin Classics. We usually just get the really well-known ones in Germany in English, because a lot of books also just don't get translated into German these days. And it can be hard sometimes to find books that are not like very popular on BookTube, and to find like the hidden gems in Germany, because mostly the translated books, apart from the books that, you know, are originally written in German, it's hard to find those these days because everything is so full of social media, and so it's quite nice to go into a bigger bookshop where you have a lot of English books that were originally written in English, because that also means that you just see a lot of books that I've never seen before, because it's not on YouTube, it's not on Bookstagram, but it's also not in German stores because they're not popular on these sites. And I feel like that does tell us a lot about our society as a whole, that we kind of need to have the more well-known books to make them sell. Anyway, that's my thoughts on bookstores for today. Not gonna buy anything yet, because I do want to go to some more, maybe some smaller ones as well. We did see one on a boat that we want to go to as well. Yeah, so no buying today, but the next 2 days definitely. New day. I would say new day, new me, but it's not like anything happened really. We did see Wicked yesterday. We did not go to the donut shop yesterday. We just did that now. It was good. They did have a vegan selection. We are on our way to the British Museum to see some... I don't even know what exhibition they have currently, but I'm assuming it's gonna be colonization. Which I would say something about, but as a German, I feel like we also don't have the best history, so, you know. My friend also would like to publicly apologize for not standing up during curtain call. We were in the very first row, and she did not see that people did that. Also, she's quite tall, so even if she had done it, she would probably have, like, people would not have been able to see the people. People would not have been able to see the people on stage. So I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's fair. So we were in the British Museum, I think, for like 2.5 hours, and we didn't even see, like, I think we saw about a quarter of its exhibition. It's huge. It was also extremely full, especially from like noon onwards, because we were there in the morning, and that was pretty good, but then it got very full. So we left because we also, like, the energy was gone. Then we did already eat, and now we are planning on going to a bookshop that's on a boat, but also there's a bookshop here. Can I? No, I don't think I can turn the camera, so I will show them the next clip. There's a bookshop here, and they have blind date with a book, which I've been wanting to try for a while, but I haven't seen them in Germany live. I've only seen them on video before. So that is where I'm going first, and then we're going to find the bookshop on a boat. So these are the options. They're like £9 a book, which is pretty good, I think. But I just have to see what I think I might like. That's non-fiction. I have a lot of non-fiction, and I have a lot of popular non-fiction, so there might be a chance I already have it. I think it's on the other side as well, but there's a security guard right in front of me. I don't want to shoo him away. I think the Orphan Thorny Estate Touching Death Irresistible Paranormal might be good. Magical Bloodline. Fantasy Quest, Fast Pace, Misfit Bunch. That sounds pretty good. I'm gonna try to see the other side, but I think I won't film them. Yeah, so nothing really there. I think I'm gonna take them this one. Okay, so we're changing it to, I think, that one. Yes. Pink Straits. Yeah, sounds good. Because my friend told me that it does say YA on there. I'm not in the mood for YA at the moment, like at all. I can't at the moment. So we're taking a different approach and taking that one. We found several other bookstores along the way where I did not buy anything else because I do not have the financial means. But I did look at some of the political stuff in a second-hand bookshop. There were a lot of interesting things, but I would like to build up a little bit of a more basic library first when it comes to my political theories. And I don't have a single one of those at the moment. Because so far I've always managed to get them from the library, like my university library, but I won't be there for a long time now because I'm going on an internship and stuff, so they're not available online either. I would like to build up a little of a basic own library when it comes to political theory, but I would like to start with neocolonialism or something that I might need for a bachelor thesis. But we did go to Camden Market as well. It was pretty full. I thought the boat bookshop was also very, like, it's a tiny shop and there were a lot of people. I think it was popular on Instagram and TikTok, so that's probably why. That's also how we found it, to be fair. But it was too full for my liking, especially since I'd only been a little bit low on energy. My friend liked it, I think. She makes affirmative movements. Anyway, we're now going to unpack my secret book. After I was told I think I showed you, but my friend actually pointed out to me that the other one was YA, and I am not in the mood for YA at the moment. That also gave me a little bookmark. That's the bookshop we went to. Can I do this with one hand? I do hope that it's something. It shouldn't be anything I already have, because I can't really think of a book that would fit like Growing Pains, Fate, Self-Delusion, and Explosive. I am kind of suspecting it might be genre-wise either some thriller or some literary fiction, I'm assuming. Though the Explosive one is oh, there's a double knot in there. I can tear it apart. I can't do it. No, I can't do it. Don't help me. Don't help me. Okay, we did it. How do they? I know is that written or is it printed on them? Because that's a very neat handwriting. No, it's printed. I wanna print something on paper like that. I can do it on my own. I'm an independent woman. I don't need help. It's also gonna go straight in the grass like this. I make it harder for myself than it has to be. Ooh. I think I've seen that around actually. John Irving, A Prayer for Owen Meany.
Supposed to be fantasy?
No, definitely not. But I didn't know that it wouldn't be fantasy because it did not sound like a fantasy book.
I thought it said fantasy.
No, that was the other one. That was why if you care about something, you have to protect it. If you're lucky enough to find a way of life you love, you have to find the courage to live it. 11-year-old Owen Meany, playing in a little league baseball game in Gravesend, New Hampshire, hits a foul ball and kills his best friend's mother. How does that? How what? How does that work? How do you?
Okay.
What is a foul?
Baseball.
Baseball. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
know.
Yeah. He probably hit her.
With the fastball.
I'm gonna learn so
the
much.
head.
I'm gonna learn so much about baseball now. Owen doesn't believe in accidents. He believes he is God's instrument. What happens to Owen after the 1953 foul ball is both extraordinary and terrifying. I have no clue about baseball, so I guess we're gonna learn a lot about baseball with this book.
I think it's more about his life afterwards, but
I'm assuming, but I couldn't tell you the first thing about baseball at all. So when he hits the mother, I'm assuming already gonna be like, you know. My favorite first sentence. That's the introduction from by the foul ball. I'm doomed to remember a boy with a wet voice. Not because of his voice, or because he was the smallest person I ever knew, or even because he was the instrument of my mother's death, but because he's the reason I believe in God. I am a Christian because of Owen Meany. I mean, that is a good first sentence, to be fair. I don't think I would have chosen this if I'd seen it in a shop, but I think it might still be. Oh, I already bent a page. How did I can't take care of my books, guys. Anyway, I don't think I would have chosen this if I'd seen it, but I do think that it could be something I like, but most because I like everything, which it's not hard to find a book that I like. But from the description on the back, I would assume that it could be a very emotional book, and I do tend to like those. welcome to the last full day of my London trip. We are in or at the Elizabeth Tower with the Big Ben. The Big Ben should be the bell. And then the tower is the Elizabeth Tower. This morning we were at Sky Garden. It's definitely worth the trip. It is free of charge, and there were even this morning you could have spontaneous movements, but we did have tickets, and it's an amazing view. And honestly, considering you don't have to pay anything, I think that's a pretty good deal. And then apart from that, we just took like an hour walk, not an hour, it was like 40 minutes, from there to Big Ben, because I decided that I did not want to go in the underground, because we would like, you know, you can see a lot when you walk, and there was the things that we walked along, and I had some churros, was pretty good. And yeah, next stop is Buckingham Palace, seeing some guards, and then after that, Europe's biggest bookshop is somewhere in these parts as well. It's Waterstones, and we are planning on going there as well. And then this evening we also have another musical, Book of Mormon, which I have to admit I know nothing about. My friend did tell me the basic plot, so I'm not entirely unprepared. I have no clue about the music itself. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I've seen like 1 or 2 pictures in my life of the musical. But I'm very excited because I do think it's gonna be a little bit more according to my taste when it comes to musicals than Wicked was. Wicked was good and enjoyed the costumes a lot. We were the front row seat, so we were really, really close to it. And honestly, it wasn't that bad. We were afraid that if we were gonna look up, we would get neck pain, but it was fine. You could just go back in the seat a little, and then that worked out fine. We also got them very cheap. So if you ever want to go see Wicked, I don't actually know how it works. My friend booked those tickets. There was like apparently they have sales on the website. Oh, that's the top. Apparently there are sales on the website of tickets that are left over, and they're very cheap. I think we paid £30 each, and then we had a similar deal I think for Book of Mormon, but this time around we're gonna sit farther back. Let's hope that we can see everything at weight. But as I said, Wicked, the costumes were great, the voices were amazing. I mean, it's all live, so to see people being able to hit those notes even when, you know, dancing and being on stage, that's pretty amazing. But the storyline wasn't really my thing. It was a little too, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for people who want to see Wicked and don't know the ending, but I did not like the ending. I felt like it took out some of the seriousness of the previous plot, because previously it had been in many points more serious, and then I don't know, I felt like the ending took away a little bit from the actual story. And then also there were some things that I just didn't like, wasn't my kind of story. But I do think the Book of Mormon, from the little that I do know, might be more up my alley, because it's probably a little funnier and a little less serious. Yeah, so that's the plan for the evening, and then maybe we're gonna go into a pub, depending on if we still have the energy to do that. And then tomorrow we are already going back home. I mean, we're going back home in the evening, so we have the day, but we do have to take the suitcases with us, so not sure what we're gonna do. did go to the Waterstones. We also went into another bookshop before that, which was, it did look very nice on the inside. It did look from the outside like it might be a hotel for people outside of our tax bracket. But inside it was very nice. It had a lot of hardbacks, so we did not buy anything there. But then I did buy 2 books in Waterstones. The first being How Democracies Die, what history reveals about our future by Stephen Levitsky and Daniel Seeblatt. I have used this one before for university stuff. And then I also bought The Witchwood Crown by Ted Williams. It does say New York Times bestselling author, but I personally, I mean, I've heard of Ted Williams somewhere, but I haven't heard of this book specifically, and I wanted to have a book that I hadn't, you know, heard a lot about on BookTube and Bookstagram before, because sometimes I do enjoy books that are more unknown. And when I do go browsing inside of bookshops, that's easier to find than if I browse on the internet. Because on the internet you mostly find what's popular at the moment. So yeah, now we are kind of waiting for a few minutes more because we are in the theater already, but we are a little bit early. Well, we were a little bit early. It's a little later now. So that's why we're in this weird kind of passageway, because the street is that way, but I didn't want to film in the crowded street. Little update. So it is the next day. We did go and see Book of Mormon yesterday, and it was definitely more up my alley than Wicked, because it was just a little bit more stupid. But also I would like to know the general reception among Black people, and especially African people, because at times I felt like some of the jokes were just made at the expenses of specifically African people. So I think I would just, I don't know, I tried to Google some stuff, but I couldn't really find anything by any Black authors. I did not go in depth though. I might do that when I'm back home. And apart from that, it was pretty good, honestly. Like, apart from the points where I was like, maybe cut back on the racism, the other parts are pretty good. It was just stupid enough for me to like it. And now we're going to Borough Market to get some food. We already ate something. Because, you know, getting food, especially as a vegan, is always kind of hard anywhere. And then my friend just had some deals she can use for her food, so we already ate some stuff. But yeah, we're going to Borough Market, and then that's basically it. We're already going home today. Gonna fall into my bed this evening and sleep for 2 days, I think.